All right, jumping right into it, just to show the two trades that I took today on QQQ. I have the replay pulled up right here. I'm going to go ahead press play. What I'm looking at is I'm happen to be on the 3 minute chart on QQQ, and I see this candle right here wicking, showing me that sellers are stepping kind of back in. And while it's approaching this previous high of day, so jump back over on the 2 minute chart, I can see this candle forming right here, a pretty big, I guess, a shooting star candle. Like I said, sellers stepping back in, trying to push the market back down. So that got me interested right here. And I went ahead and queued up a contract to go short on it. So I wound up sitting in this just for a little bit. Let me fast forward it here. Waiting to see if anything else felt or if it was just going to push through to the upside. But on the second candle here, we can see that it looks like sellers stepped back in to help push this down. So now I'm kind of gearing up to go short on this right here. So you can see me kind of queuing up next to the buy market button. So when that counter closed, that helped kind of confirm that this was possibly going to pull back some. To what extent, not too sure, but I think it was a risk I was willing to take. Open the position, just manage your risk accordingly. So right there, you can see I opened a position to go short on QQQ. I don't stay in this one very long, and knowing what happened after the fact, once time passed, you can see that the market did continue to push to the upside, which is a good thing that I just decided to take a quick scalp. But you can see right there, real quick, I got out of it for just a little profit, just like I said, a quick scalp. So then on to the next trade. So this next trade that I took, the QQQ was approaching a previous day high. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna let this play. If I'm not mistaken, that might be, let's see, might have been a previous all-time high. I can't remember. This zone right here might have been a previous all-time high. So when it broke through, that caught my attention. I wanted to see if, oh, where'd my screen go? There it goes. So when it broke above, that definitely caught my attention. I wanted to keep an eye on that for a possible pullback to this zone, retest, and a continuation to the upside. I'll go ahead and skip forward here a little bit. You can see I put a mark there, an alert, just in case it does pull back to that level. We see that this candle looks like sellers are stepping back in with an extreme amount of volume too. So that got kind of made me believe that this was going to pull back some. So we can see here that this is kind of started to consolidate, then it pulls back and hits my alert and is at this previous day high level. So now I'm really kind of gearing up for the potential retest of this zone for the continuation to the upside. So I have a call queued up in an attempt to take this long if the opportunity looks right, if setup looks fine, good enough to take. So now I'm just kind of waiting, playing the waiting game to see what happens. So as this continues on, I'm just watching it reject this zone. I kind of recognize that it is creating a bit of a channel downwards, maybe. So I kind of mark this out. You can see me marking it out right there on the chart. And then, so that gives me something else to watch just to see if it stays in that channel. I mean, at that point in time, we got a bullish flag forming. So seeing that we really haven't broken to the downside yet, I feel confident that this is going to continue to the upside, being that we have a pretty good bullish flag forming. So with the call contract queued up, I go ahead and take a position here. With the breakout of the channel, now I'm kind of aiming to see where I could possibly take profit at. So I go ahead and mark the high of day and use that as a level that I will exit my position. With the breakout of that channel, I aim to exit my position at high of day. So I'll go ahead and mark that level out right there, as you can see, and then just kind of sit back and wait till it gets to that point. Pretty confident that it'll reach it. So I just got my sell market button ready to go just in case it decides to pull back strongly. But overall, it looks like it's going to reach that, so I just kind of sit and wait patiently before I exit. As you can see right there, go ahead and exit position for just a small profit. With that, that was my second trade of the day, and I go ahead and call it quits. Two trades. The first trade, not a very big trade, and actually scalped it to get out of it, um, only for the market to turn the other direction. So I got out of that one pretty good. But this one right here, the second one, I believe that was a really good setup, and I'm pretty happy with the opportunity that I took to open a position on that one. Like I said, after the fact, once I can stand back and see that, it was a perfectly good bull flag, this run to the upside, consolidation, little channel to the downside. The fact that it consolidated right at the top of this previous high zone and then pushed off of that, I'm really happy with the way this trade worked out. I was able, though, the fact that I was able to see it, a potential setup, and then react accordingly, and that it actually did work out in my favor. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that'll be it for today. Thanks.